Joining me now from Fountain Hills, Arizona, former sheriff of Maricopa County, Arizona, Joe Arpaio. Joe, I was just talking to a friend about Phoenix, and you know a little bit about Phoenix, and how it's technically not a sanctuary city, but boy, there are plenty of entities within Phoenix right now that are being sanctuaries to illegals. Would you agree?
Yeah, especially about the guy that's now the sheriff that I'm going to fight to get my job back because after 24 years as sheriff, everything has disappeared after I lost that election in 2016. I won't go into the ramifications of that other than to say that George Soros pumped in $3 million against me and a biased federal judge went after me just about time of the early voting on a Mickey Mouse contempt of court that took 8 years for Obama and Holder to get me. I have had two parking tickets in my life. Now I'm charged with a criminal contempt charge to get rid of this sheriff. Well, I got news for everyone. I'm coming back.
But you got a pardon from the President of the United States, and there was a ruling this week that solidified an opinion from judges that were probably appointed by a bunch of radicals that said you profiled illegal immigrants in order to detain them and eventually deport them. Let me ask you a question, Sheriff. What exactly is wrong with profiling? Isn't good police work? I'm probably going to take a lot of flack for this from the PC police, but I don't really care. But isn't profiling part of good police work? In other words, if Graham Ledger robs a bank and you put out an APB for a guy about 6 feet tall with brown hair, he's a television guy, he's a Caucasian, I guess you would call me, although I don't consider myself a Caucasian. I'm a Caucasian. You're not going to pull over a black woman, right, driving a car. You're going to profile.
Well, I'm sure they can't get me now after 50 years of statute of limitations. I guess I profiled when I was a cop in Washington, D.C. and walked a tough black. And when you see a white guy in an alley at 2 a.m, he's out of place. So is it wrong that I went up and asked him, what are you doing here? Are you picking up hookers and so on? Is that called racial profile? I don't know. But my people never racial profile. Actually, a decision came down that I use race as a criteria.
Mm-hmm.
And all my guys were trained by ICE, and they said I could do it. But I'm not going to get into that. That's a political hatchet job, and I can understand where President Trump is coming from because they're doing the same against him.
I heard that Beto O'Rourke was in town at some town hall, and that you put out notice that you'd like to chat with him about his immigration policies. Did he ever take you up on that?
No, he has no guts. I'm trying to get the mayor of Chicago to meet with me. They don't have any guts. But I'll tell you what, I was the head of the federal drug enforcement in El Paso, Mexico. I could go on and on. I wanted to meet with him. No guts. All they can do is talk and get their phonies at the conference and scream and everything else. Like, how about Minnesota? What's going on right now? I know there's a mayor that doesn't like Trump, and unfortunately, police chiefs have to abide in the philosophy of the mayor and the city council. I think these cops, and I love cops, support them 100%. Maybe they ought to start locking up more people, these demonstrators. Nobody will spit on me and get away with it. I'll tell you right now, they'll be in handcuffs. Can't put them in Tent City because my guy that took over took everything away. Everything else. So,
Hey, Joe, I got 10 seconds left. Why do you want to do this? I mean, you're 87 years old. You could be fishing, playing golf somewhere. Why do you want to get in the fray again?
I'll tell you, I'm a fighter. General MacArthur said I shall return. I am going to return. And I do have a web, Sheriff Arpaio.com.
ArpaioForSheriff.com. ArpaioForSheriff.com. I'll help you out there, Joe.
I'm just dishing you out.
Joe Arpaio, as always, good luck and thank you.
Want to see more videos like this? Click on the link below and subscribe to One America News on YouTube. And call your cable provider and kindly demand that One America News is added to your lineup. Call and subscribe today.